This is what I need you honestly to really get. What you're demonstrating is what I'm trying to give you in the conversation past week and today. And trusting that you'll get what I'm saying to you. All law is specific. As soon as you're outside the law, they can seize you. Because ignorance of the law is no excuse. And the law begins with you. Islam. I, self, law, and master. And if you don't know yourself, you can't know law. Let's not get emotional with this. We're only here to try to bring the law back to the people. But if you don't absorb it, don't worry, we're going to try to make sure you have it. But please do never, ever get defensive when we challenge what you say. It's only an opportunity to teach.
For those of you that are using cell phone and watching this video, you can download the dictionary that we're using called Law Guide, and its icon says law.com. You can go to the Google Play Store, go to the search, and you're going to type in Law Guide or the Law Guide. And this icon right here that says thelaw.com should pop up. And from there, you install it. Let's get straight to it. Black people are not citizens. And anybody that believes that they are citizens are delusional. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the word delusion. Delusion. A diseased state of mind in which persons believe things to exist, which exist only or in the degree they are conceived of in their own imaginations, with a persuasion so fixed and firm that neither evidence nor argument can convince them to the contrary. The individual is, of course, insane. So, not saying anything is wrong with belief. You gotta believe something. You'll fall for anything. However, let's see what black, Negro, and colored person means in law. If it means anything in law at that. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Free PDF online. We're going to switch dictionaries real quick. Real quick. The term Negro. The word Negro means a black man. The term Negro necessarily means person of color. But not every person of color is Negro. What does this mean? This means that Negro, black, and colored person are all the same word. So we go to the definition of colored, same dictionary. It has also been held that there is no legal, technical signification to the phrase colored person, which the courts are bound judicially to know. Let's run that back. It has also been held that there is no legal, technical signification to the phrase black, Negro, and colored person, which the courts are bound judicially to know. Meaning they're not recognized in court of law. So, let's go to the word citizen. Since our people believe that they're not living in an illusion and are delusional people when they're saying this, or anybody else. The definition of citizen, for those that have the Law Guide dictionary, go all the way to the bottom of citizen. You can read the most of it on your own. All natives are not citizens of the United States. The descendants of the Aborigines and those of African origin are not entitled to the rights of citizens anterior to the adoption of the Constitution of the United States. Each state had the right to make citizens of such persons as it pleased. That Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. Let's run that back. That Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. Let's run that back. That Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. and it must therefore be presumed that no one is a citizen who is not white. Let's run that back. And it must therefore be presumed that no one is a citizen who is not white. Let's run that back. And it must therefore be presumed that no one is a citizen who is not white. Now, if you're not white, how you going to be black and be a citizen? Let's run both of those sentences back. And let's use common sense. Black man and woman. Because we come for our people. We not coming for anybody else. Not right now. We coming for our people. Because we love our people. That Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. And it must therefore be presumed that no one is a citizen who is not white. So you've heard the definition of citizen. So we're going to go back to the definition of delusion. Delusion, a diseased state of mind in which persons believe things to exist, which exist only or in the degree they are conceived of only in their own imaginations, with a persuasion so fixed and firm that neither evidence nor argument can convince them to the contrary. The individual is, of course, insane. So these guys right here, they know that black people are not citizens. And they know that black people living in this illusion that they are citizens have the mental capacity of infants, of children, not adults. And they identify you as such. Now here is the definition of minority. The state or condition of a minor. Infancy. In another sense, it signifies the lesser number of votes of a deliberative assembly opposed to majority. So, where it says the state or condition of a minor, if they're calling you a minority, and the definition says the state or condition of a minor, then they're saying that you're not an adult. You don't have the mental state of an adult. You have the mental state of a minor. Everything that has a front has a back. Minority, front, majority, back. Majority, persons, the state or condition of a person who has arrived at full age. So if you're a minority, you have not arrived at full age. Let's run that back. Majority, the state or condition of a person who has arrived at full age. He is then said to be a major in opposition to minor, which is his condition during infancy. Yes, people, you're being identified as a minor. You're being identified as a minority, which means you have the mental capacity of an infant, even though you are chronologically, physically an adult, but you have the mental capacity of an infant. You have never even checked this definition. You've not even thought to go, they're calling us minorities, then there must be majority, and let me see what that means. You didn't even think it because you're a child. Children don't think like this. Adults think like this. It's time for our people to put away their childish ways. It's time for our people to start being adults in law. Not acting like adults. Being adults. Everything that has a front has a back. Critical thinking. Minor. Major. Let's go to the definition of minor. In most states, this refers to a person who is under 18 years of age. Unless emancipated, minors must be under the care of an adult, either a parent or a guardian. Emancipation means either they are serving in the military, are currently married, or are living independently and supporting themselves with court permission. Property that is owned by or left to a minor is to be managed by an adult until the minor becomes an adult under state law, where upon reaching that age can also ratify contracts and agreements made as a minor. Now let's go to the word major. Persons. One who has attained his full age and has acquired all his civil rights. One who is no longer a minor, an adult. Ding, 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 ding. They are calling you a minor. They are calling you a minority. Guess what? You're not checking them, because if you're a minority, you're not an adult. Not in law, you're not. This is not up to your opinion. This ain't up for debate. This is the facts. Doesn't matter what law dictionary you're getting ready to go to. We're using a very basic law dictionary that those of us that do study and know law, we don't use these definitions. We have Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, and a few other dictionaries like Bouvier's and whatnot. However, this is a basic law dictionary. And it's clear that our people are living in a delusion. You don't think so? Let's go back to the word delusion. A diseased state of mind in which persons believe things to exist, which exist only or in the degree they are conceived of in their own imaginations, with a persuasion so fixed and firm that neither evidence nor argument can convince them to the contrary. The individual is, of course, insane. Our people are insane. They believe that they're citizens. Our people are being shot, and they're openly calling it a civil rights violation. So when you go to the definition of civil, let's see what it says. Civil, legal issues which are not criminal in nature. Are people living in an illusion? It's starting to become clear that if these policemen are shooting unarmed black people that are supposed to be citizens, they're calling it a civil rights violation openly. Nobody checks it. People are suing this civil rights violation and we're going to get some remedy. No, you're not. Because what they did was not even criminal in nature. And you accepted it. You went with it because you're a minority. Real talk. Let's go back to the definition of minority. The state or condition of a minor. You have the mental state of a minor. Of course you didn't check that. Majority. The state or condition of a person who has arrived at full age. He is then said to be a major in opposition to minor, which is his condition during infancy. Major. One who has attained his full age and has acquired all his civil rights. One who is no longer a minor, an adult. How are you going to have your civil rights if you're a minority? According to the definition, you haven't acquired all your civil rights if you're not a major, one of the majority. So we'll go to the definition of sui juris. Sui juris, one who has all the rights to which a freeman is entitled, one who is not under the power of another, as a slave, a minor, and the like. 2. To make a valid contract, a person must, in general, be sui juris. Everyone of full age is presumed to be sui juris. You are presumed to be sui juris until you identify yourself as black, because you have now just identified yourself as a minority. So again, this is what happens to our people when we're too arrogant because we got a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD in whatever subject, and we think that we know more than everybody or anybody that is trying to present them something that is outside of what they've been trained or they went to school to learn or this, that, or the other. They are non-compos mentis. The definition of non-compos mentis is and states persons. These words signify not of sound mind, memory, or understanding. This is a generic term and includes all species of madness, whether it arises from idiocy, sickness, lunacy, or drunkenness. And if you're non-compos mentis, you are civiliter mortuus, civilly dead, one who is considered as if he were naturally dead, go far as his rights are concerned. Yeah. When they kill us, they say it's civil rights violation. And civil means legal issues which are not criminal in nature. So, policy enforcers, cops, constables on patrol, killing our people that want to identify themselves as black. The news and everyone else, including that family's lawyer, is going to say, yeah, it's a civil rights violation. And you know what's really being said? That's a legal issue, which is not criminal in nature. Because they know you won't read. You just hired a lawyer, which is an officer of the court, and his first obligation is to the Bar Association, then to the court, then to you. Yeah, that's the definition of a minority. That's the definition of somebody that has the mental state of a minor or an infant, which is non-compos mentis, civiliter mortuus.